Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Red Zone, brought to you by the Texas Real Estate Research Center at Texas A&M University. I'm Haley Reeder-Wiley, Communications Coordinator. Today is Wednesday, February 1st, 2023. On this day in 1882, construction began on the Texas Capitol Building in Austin. The building commissioners were Nimrod Norton and Joseph Lee. The $3.75 million construction cost was financed mostly by the sale of 3 million public acres in the Panhandle. The main building material is a red granite from Granite Mountain, which is west of Austin. The Renaissance Revival structure, which was modeled after the U.S. Capitol building, was dedicated in 1888. It was restored in the 1990s for around $200 million. Now on to today's podcast. Housing affordability was one of the most talked about topics last year in the face of growing inflation, rising interest rates, and economic uncertainty. Multifamily rents in many Texas metros rose at the end of 2022, further diminishing a household's ability to purchase a home. As more interest rate hikes are expected in 2023, housing affordability remains a paramount concern to many. Dr. Clare Losey, Assistant Research Economist at the Texas Real Estate Research Center, joins us today to share her thoughts. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
Compared with projections, how was 2022 in terms of housing affordability?
Well, the biggest headwind to housing affordability in 2022 was, of course, higher mortgage interest rates. In fact, rates doubled over the course of the year, and amid still elevated home prices and low inventory of homes for sale, that posed two more significant headwinds to homeowners. So overall, affordability was fairly constrained in 2022 for potential home buyers, and definitely did not live up to expectations.
At the end of last year, Texas median home price saw some monthly declines. Did that provide much relief for those struggling to afford housing?
So while higher interest rates have ensued in some moderation of home prices, the extent of the decline in home prices has not been such yet that we've really been able to see any sort of tangible relief for potential home buyers. So if home prices continue to decline, which expectations would dictate, then we'll begin to see more of that relief trickle in for home buyers. But as of yet, the extent of the declines have not been such that it's allowed potential home buyers to really accrue benefits from those, real concrete benefits from those declines.
Is the Fed expected to raise its target interest rate further in 2023? And if so, how big of an impact can we expect that to have on housing affordability?
Yes, so the Federal Reserve is widely anticipated to continue to raise its target federal funds rate, and expectations right now are dictating an increase of about 0.75 percentage points. So that would equate to a target range of between 5 and 5.25%. That's a fairly small increase over the course of a year, especially given the very significant increase in the Fed funds rate that we saw in 2022. So overall, and especially given that the Fed is using forward guidance and that markets are widely anticipating the increase in the federal funds rate, overall, those increases should already be priced into the mortgage market. And as such, we really shouldn't see too much of a tangible effect of any further increases in the federal funds rate on mortgage interest rates themselves. Overall, any sort of increase in the federal funds rate should not have too much of an effect on housing affordability, particularly for potential buyers, but we will likely to, continue to see moderation in home prices from rate hikes that have already occurred, those pretty significant rate hikes that occurred in 2022.
Multifamily rents have continued marching upward across the state's major metros. How has that affected a Texan's ability to become a homeowner?
Any increase in rent is going to decrease the renter's ability to save for the down payment on a potential home. So, combined with high inflationary pressures, this has really higher multifamily rents have diminished a household's ability to save, especially to save for the down payment, which is generally a considerable chunk of change, depending on, of course, the loan to value ratio, but nevertheless, still a considerable amount of money. As rents likely will moderate in response to inflationary pressures and overall general economic uncertainty, this should help potential buyers accrue more in savings. But as of current conditions, it's certainly been an issue, for those renters who are seeking to become buyers. Again, diminishing their ability to save and, really posing a constraint on that front.
What is the outlook for home affordability in 2023?
Home prices should continue to moderate, and that should alleviate some of the affordability constraints that potential buyers are currently facing. We should also see that mortgage interest rates will continue to decline, at least slightly. Expectations dictate that rates should hover in the 5% range, moving further into 2023. So that will also help potential buyers. One of the sort of lagging effects could just be supply on the ground. Right now, given that interest rates are considerably higher than they were even a year ago, fewer sellers are motivated to put their homes on the market, while fewer buyers are necessarily able to purchase a home, to be able to afford a home. So one of the issues moving forward, again, could be just inventory on the ground and how that plays out for potential buyers. But overall, the outlook for home purchasing potential is generally becoming more favorable, again, as prices moderate and those mortgage rates continue to dissipate slightly. In terms of the markets that are expected to see the largest price declines, of course, we look first to the Austin, Round Rock, MSA, Georgetown MSA, which saw fairly precipitous price rises in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. That's where we saw the greatest home price increases, and where we have also already seen the sharpest declines in home prices, followed by the Dallas-Fort Worth MSA. And with respect to the other two of the four major MSAs, Houston and San Antonio, we haven't necessarily seen much of a price decline there yet, more so moderation in the rate of growth. However, moving forward, we should see some price declines. So in essence, the markets that experienced the biggest increases in prices, the biggest pressure, the most pressure on prices in the initial wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, those will be the markets where we also see the largest price declines, most likely.
Thanks so much for coming on, Claire. Always a pleasure.
Thanks so much for having me, Haley.
Thanks again, Claire. For more on housing affordability, subscribe to the Texas Housing Affordability Outlook. This quarterly report is a one-stop resource for information on housing affordability for potential Texas homebuyers. The fourth quarter 2022 edition will be released soon, so sign up to the email list to be notified when this report is released. In the meantime, check out the previous report to get caught up. You'll find the link on our podcast webpage and in the YouTube description box. While you're on our website, check out our research library. It includes a wide variety of research reports and articles. Latest topics include Texas border economics, commercial real estate data, a 2023 economic forecast, homebuyer preference changes, and more. The link is on our podcast webpage. That's going to be it for today's podcast. If you're looking for more from the Texas Real Estate Research Center, head to our website. That's www.recenter.tamu.edu. There you'll find the latest data, research articles, blogs, news, and more. For more Texas real estate news, subscribe to Recon, our bi-weekly newsletter. You'll get all the biggest stories sent straight to your inbox every Tuesday and Friday. The link is down below. To stay up to date on when articles are published on our website, follow the Texas Real Estate Research Center on social media. You can find us with the handle @RECenterTX on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. For more podcasts like these, you can subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, or to our YouTube channel. All podcasts are also available for free on our website. Thanks for joining us today in the Real Estate Red Zone, brought to you by the Texas Real Estate Research Center in College Station, Texas, where we've been helping Texans make the best real estate decisions since 1971. This is Haley Reeder Wiley, and I'll see you next time. Bye!